Are you an investor who practically likes to invest in dividend stocks? Or perhaps you're just starting out in investing in dividend stocks lately and now you want to know which stocks you should consider. Whatever the case, you're probably looking closely at dividend stocks to buy in the market. This can be a bit of a challenge, especially for first-time investors. Hence, we've come up with a guide on what to look for when you're analyzing dividend stocks, as well as a list of the most popular ones to consider purchasing. Make sure to stick till the end of the video to find out more about dividend stock investing. Hey, welcome to Stock Market Mate. Today we'll talk about the most popular stocks in the market. Before we get into it, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to help us beat the YouTube algorithm. If you're done with that, then let's get right into it. Stag Industrial Incorporated, or Stag. Counting down from number 6, we have Stag Industrial Incorporated, ticker symbol STAG. Stag is a real estate investment trust that centers on industrial properties acquisition as well as operation throughout the US with a total of 91 million square feet. The company owns 450 industrial and warehouse properties over 38 states. Although many of those properties experienced quite the struggle during the pandemic, the warehouse market has remained enthusiastic as a result of the emerging popularity of online shopping when almost everyone was forced to stay and work at home. And since online orders usually needed to be stored somewhere, the warehouse demand inevitably grew. As a matter of fact, Stag shares had a return of 60% during 2021 and a dividend yield of 3.5%. The downside here though is that their dividend hasn't really been growing at the same intensity with just 1% yearly. However, it is possible that we see dividend growth soon as they have been reinvesting in new properties. AGNC Investment Corp, or AGNC. Next on our list is AGNC Investment Corp. Founded in 2008, AGNC Investment Corp, ticker symbol AGNC, is an investment trust that is internally managed. The company primarily invests in agency residential mortgage-backed securities on a leveraged basis. They have also financed primarily through collateralized borrowing structured as repurchase agreements. The company has a dividend yield of 9.7% and holds an $84 million investment portfolio. Moreover, the majority of the agency securities are backed with mortgages. The mortgage rates invest money in long-term mortgages, using short-term rates. AGNC is similar to a financial company because it doesn't own properties themselves like other REITs do. Energy Transfer LP, or ET. Another one of the most popular dividend stocks out there is the Energy Transfer LP. Its ticker symbol is ET. Energy Transfer LP revolves around propane pipeline and natural gas transport as well as natural gas. It is dominant in the Texas interstate pipeline system and is organized under Delaware state law. Energy Transfer is one of the biggest master limited partnerships. That means the company owns pipelines that carry oil and natural gas as well as the terminals where they store them. Recently, ET has raised their dividend to 70 cents per share with a dividend yield of 7.2%. The company has the highest dividend payouts in this list. However, be careful not to look too much on the dividend yields when looking for stocks to purchase as they're not always a good thing. There are other factors that you need to consider when it comes to picking dividend stocks, and these are dividend growth and its price return, but we'll talk about them in the later part of the video. Realty Income Corporation, or O. Next is the Realty Income Corporation, and its ticker symbol is O. Realty Income Corp is a real estate investment company specializing in investing in freestanding commercial buildings in the United States, Spain, and the United Kingdom. It's currently the most popular real estate stock in the market. Realty Income has an operating history of 5 decades, and they own about 6,000 properties in 49 countries including Puerto Rico and the UK. Its dividend yield is 4.3%, and that has been increased over 5 annual pace throughout the decade. The price per share is $74. ABBV Incorporated, or ABBV. Founded in 2013, ABBV is an American publicly traded biopharmaceutical company. It was initially a spin-off from Abbott Laboratories. ABBV is one of the best immunology drug companies. It has a dividend yield of 4.2% and has increased their payout by 18% yearly within 5 years. Moreover, ABBV dividend shares were up last year, which makes this one of the best large-cap drug stocks, although some analysts do think that their return is slowing with only 2.5%. Citigroup, or C. Next is Citigroup Incorporated, its ticker symbol is C. C is a multinational investment bank and financial service company based in New York City. It was formed by the merger of Citicorp and Travelers Group in 1998. It's definitely one of the best performing stocks in this list, although it's not the highest paying dividend stock, at 3.2% dividend yield. However, it does have a solid dividend growth of 10 every year in the last 3 years. Citigroup shares are actually very cheap, with shares trading for just 0.7 times on a price to book value ratio. AT&T Incorporated, or T. And last but definitely not the least is AT&T Incorporated, with a ticker symbol of T. AT&T is an American multinational telecommunications holding company. It is the world's largest telecommunications company and the largest provider of mobile telephone services in the US, and the top 1 most popular dividend stocks in the market. Although AT&T had quite the reputation as they were letting debts pile up, reaching a little over $154 billion, as well as a debt ratio of over 1.7%, which ultimately put their dividend at risk. But despite that, the company is actually now planning to sell the acquisitions they made, which would eventually bring a ton of money their way, helping them pay off their debts, with a dividend yield of 5.59%. And those are our list of popular dividend stocks that we think you should definitely look into if you're considering buying dividend stocks. Now let's talk about what to look at when selecting dividend stocks to buy and what are the important factors that must be considered. Among the many things you must consider, the 3 most important things you should always remember to look at when analyzing dividend stocks to buy are: dividend yield. Measure dividend yield based on the company's present dividend payment divided by its current price per share. A dividend yield is expressed as a percentage. If the dividend yield is higher than 5%, it may indicate the dividend will not be increased significantly in the future. Worse yet, it may be reduced. Dividend growth rate. Take a look at the compound dividend growth rate over the past 1, 3, 5, and 7 years. This way you get a good idea of the dividend growth in most recent years in historical dividend growth. The lower the current dividend yield, the higher the dividend growth rate is essential. Business model. An important rule of investing is to understand what you're investing in. How does this company operate? How do they generate income? Where do they conduct their business? Debt levels. During hard times, a high amount of debt can compromise dividend payments. It is for this reason that you should seek a debt-to-equity ratio of 1 or lower. The ratio shows that the business is well financed. In addition, it shows a conservative capital structure. Stock value. If you choose to buy dividend stocks or companies that do not pay dividends, you will have to calculate stock valuation and always make sure to pay attention to the value you're getting before investing. As dividend stocks often trade at premium valuations, determining valuation criteria for them can be difficult. When it comes to the price-to-earnings ratio, this is particularly true. A dividend stock investor may not have many opportunities to invest money if they only buy dividend stocks that are undervalued. And those are 5 factors you must make sure to look closely at when selecting your dividend stocks. If you want to know more about dividend stocks, watch out for the companies that we've listed. Always make sure to know more about the stocks before you start thinking of investing in them. And when looking for the best dividend stocks, do your research thoroughly. Find out everything you can about the company and their business until you're confident enough in their potential. Well, that's about it for today. If you found this video helpful, kindly click the like and subscribe button. Also, you might want to leave a comment below. We love hearing from you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to want to watch one of these 2 videos right here. Enjoy!